I wasn't exactly sure what story to tell, so I thought I would talk about something that happened when I was younger. I guess I was about 12 years old. My family and I, we had a cabin. It was in the woods. It wasn't a real big cabin. It was a smaller cabin, and it had two rooms. One room was a bedroom, and the other room was like a living room, kitchen. It was not big, but the two rooms were plenty of room for us. Um, we would go to the cabin for vacations or on weekends, and it was really nice. It was in the middle of the woods and very quiet, and the cabin itself didn't have any electricity or running water. So to cook or to heat the cabin, we would use a wood stove. And for water, well, we would have to go and get our own water. And that was not a chore we really liked to do, because to get the water, you had to really walk a long way. Not like 10 miles and 10 feet of snow or something like that, but it was a good enough distance. And when you're carrying 2 containers of water, it gets heavy. Downhill to get to the river or the stream, it wasn't bad, because you're going downhill, you have empty containers, so it's not bad. But coming back, you have 2 containers that are filled with water, and you're going uphill, not downhill. Anyway, one time we were staying there. I'm not sure if it was a vacation or a weekend, and we had run out of water. So my mother and myself and my sister, we had to go and get it. So what we did was we got the containers and we started walking down the hill. Now, when I was growing up, we used to watch this movie a lot, different movies, but it was always about the same character, Tarzan. And he was like my favorite. I just really liked watching that movie. I would practice all the time the Tarzan call, like that. It was great. We really liked it. At least for me, I really, really liked that movie. Anything with Tarzan, I really liked. Well, anyway, like I said, we were going to get water, going downhill, and it was in the fall, so no snow on the ground, just nice and clear, except for trees and leaves. And we were starting to walk down the hill, and I was looking around, and I saw this beautiful, it was like the perfect vine. It was so thick, and it was just right there in front of me, and it was just like it had my name written all over it. So my sister and my mother had no idea what I was doing, because I stopped walking, I set the water jugs down, and I backed up a little bit more up the hill so I could get a good running start. And then I just started to run, and I grabbed the vine. Well, what I didn't realize, I'm chanting the Tarzan call, running, grabbed the vine, but I kept going because the vine broke. And I just went flying down the hill, and I landed on my butt. My mother and sister were hysterical. I got absolutely no sympathy at all, and they were hurt. But I have to admit, it was really, really funny. And I would probably have done it again, just because I really like swinging on that vine. But that was the end of the story.